Hello and welcome to Bank of Me, and thank you so much for joining me on this video. My name is Selina, and today I want to talk about financial goals for 2025. So I find this is the perfect time of year to think about the new year. You know, when you're in between the years, so to speak, you're between Christmas and New Year's Eve. It's just the perfect time to prepare and, reflect on last year and also dream and come up with a good plan so you don't get into January kind of only starting to think about things. Then it would be lovely just to hit the ground running, as they say. So in my last video I talked a bit about stepping away from the financial edge, making sure you're taking care of your future self and really thinking about, I know it's not fun, but thinking about the things that scare you and thinking about what would make life a lot easier for you if you, say, had funds for emergencies. Maybe you don't like your job and you want to change it, or maybe you know that there's going to be repairs, or maybe you have a big goal you really want to accomplish and so far you haven't been able to go on that big trip or take that sabbatical that you want to take. So there are so many goals we all have, or so many dreams. So you can really make your dreams come true just with taking the first few steps and then keep going. So that's how I managed to buy my first home. And it's not easy, as you know, in today's economy to buy a house. And also, it's not easy if you're on your own, so you're the sole earner. As a single person, it's very hard to get there, but I did manage that, and there's still a lot more I want and need to do. There's renovations, there's replenishing my emergency fund, there are all these different things. So today I'd like to share my budget with you and my financial goals for 2025. So I got a new budget book here. And I did already think about, okay, what is it that I really, really want, or what would be really important for me? What would make me feel better and make me sleep a bit easier at night. And there are things that we all know we should have, like the emergency fund, 3 to 6 months. And that's not just a nice to have, really. That is like the foundation for everything for you, because if you have that, you are insulating yourself against so many problems you can come across. Even if you love your job, you might get laid off. Things change, or you might not be well, or there could be a million things. You might have to move, whatever you have to do. So if you have this buffer, not having to worry about your expenses for up to half a year, that would be such a, I don't know, it's like reassurance, such a reassurance. And you make decisions based on something completely different if you're not dependent on your next paycheck. If you have a little bit of a buffer, you can think clearer and you can decide better, what's best for me here, if you have a little bit of money. So we all know this. Now, I had one of those wonderful emergency buffers, but then of course I bought a house, and I bought a really old house, so it needs a lot of renovating. And I say we, I mean myself and the builders, we already I spent a lot of money. They did a lot of work. So my emergency fund has been absorbed by it. And I've struggled to build up my baby emergency fund, which is €1,000, just to have that in the bank, just in case there's any car issue, whatever. So you're not totally without anything. So I've managed that, but it was not easy. It was a great struggle, because I still had a lot of outgoings, a lot of repairs and things like that. So let's get into it. For the financial goals for 2025, what I really want to focus on is we have short-term goals, mini goals, and I also have a medium-term goal. But I want to focus on the short-term goals really this year. And that, I hope you can see that. And let me bring it a bit closer. Let's not burn this down. So 2025. So the first thing on the list is my emergency fund. I really want to have a 10,000 emergency fund, and that would be nearly 6 months of expenses for me. The actual 6 months of expenses would be 10,800, but let's go for a round number and, make it something really simple to see and easy to achieve. Simple to focus on, let's put it this way. It's not easy to achieve, but we'll get there. The next thing on the list is a home maintenance fund. So that's for repairs that I did not plan, that are not renovations. And I really want to have some money stashed away. So I'm aiming for 3,000 in the home maintenance fund at all times. More would, of course, be much better, but let's set this first milestone. And then if something breaks down, you're not going to be crying. And the last short-term goal is a car savings challenge. So I have a car and I love it, but it's an old car and they don't live forever, and they don't pass the car testing forever. So mine is getting tested annually in the summer. So really, I'd love to have at least 2,000 saved up as a starter. I don't want to get any car loans. I really, really despise that idea, and I never had a car loan, to be frank. I always bought cash, but car prices have shot up. So I think I bought this car for 4,000 euros, and it was already, I don't know, 5 years old or something like that. But now they're probably 10,000. But let's start somewhere and figure it out. Nobody knows what the future brings. So I think starting this is a good idea, to have something, and then we'll see. And for mini goals, I would really love to get 1 month ahead on expenses. So I show you what that looks like later. But that would be perfect. And that would be separate from these funds. That would be something, it would be like the variable cash for 1 month that I would have. And then a cat fund, because I've talked to you in my last videos about really wanting to have pets again. And but I need to be ready for it. So there have to be certain things in place. So renovations have to be not major renovations anymore. It needs to be calm environment, fencing. I mean, for a cat, you don't need fencing, but for dogs, I will need to have the property fenced. So I have a cat fund in mind. So I'd love to be able to be in a position to get a kitten in, or a grown cat, we'll see, in the autumn. So that's my goal. And then medium term, I put this on the list. So medium term goal would be between 1 to 5 years. And that's the mortgage payoff for me. So I would love to pay my mortgage off within the next 5 years. Now I can't say that I have paid anything extra yet, but it's a small mortgage, and well, small, it's relative. I'm not going to disclose the figure here, but friends of mine have at least 400,000 mortgages, 400,000 euro or more, and it's definitely not in that league. But I need to focus on the basics, and I also need to focus on getting the house finished, before I start paying off the mortgage. But it would be lovely to be able to put some towards it. But I talk about that in another video. And then I have my sinking funds for 2025. So here I have the car, so 120 euro a month, and that will cover tax, insurance, the inspection, any repair. Well, you hope it's any repair. I have 30 for Christmas, so that would be Christmas 2025. Birthday 50 euro, that's my own birthday to do something nice. And then winter, €50, that's for heating costs, fuel, anything to keep you warm, firewood. Home gets 100, and I want to keep that kind of separate from this home maintenance fund. I mean, it might get into it, but it's more like, okay, I need paint, okay, I need this, I need that, small things, because I still have a lot to do. Then the cat, that is my cat fund here, would get €50 a month, and my goal is to save up €500. And then medical or health, I do have health insurance, so this is not for hospitals and doctors, etc., because they do reimburse me. I think is it 70%, something like that. So it's for the pay for a is it called copay in the States? I don't know. Yes, it's for the 30% they don't reimburse, but also for, okay, you go to the pharmacy and you stock up on whatever you need because you're not feeling well. Stuff like that. So I just want to have that dental, very important. If you go to the dentist and it's not completely covered. So €40 for that would be great. So those are the plans, those are the goals for the year and the sinking funds. And then we have, blank, where is it? We have January, so the January budget. So I have my fixed costs, my variable costs, my sinking funds, and then I wrote down my savings challenges as well. So let's start with the fixed costs. I do have my mortgage payment, €800, and my bills, 220, and then roadside assistance, €9. So that comes to 1,029. So this I leave on my bank account. I don't take this out in cash, but the rest I will put into my cash envelopes, the variable costs and the sinking funds, mostly. For the most part, I'll show you. Next, we have the variables. So we have groceries, petrol, my phone, pocket money, clothing. Clothing is new. You'll see I didn't add anything to pocket money because I really want to try and start the month off with a bit of a no spend challenge. See how that goes. Phone, I've already bought the credit for €20, so I'm not going to stuff that. And that's the variable costs. And next we have the sinking funds. So for sinking funds, we have the ones I just showed you: the car, Christmas, birthday, winter, home, cat, and health. And I did have to spend a little bit more already for Christmas, so I'm not gonna be able to put anything towards next year's Christmas because I still had to buy something for this Christmas because I got paid just before Christmas, which is great, but it's also very dangerous, because then you have a long month ahead. And then I put down the saving challenges. So I'd like to talk a little bit about them. The emergency fund, 10K, 3K home maintenance fund, and 2K car starter fund. So let me show you. So there's different ways you could handle that. So I have 3 different goals. So you could either, option A would be to just divide the goal amounts by 12 months and then save towards them. Okay, but that is great if you have a lot of cash. So it would be 835 for the 10K, 250 for the home maintenance, and 170 for the car. Unfortunately, I don't have 1,255 change lying around, so I'll have to come up with a different plan. Option B would be to do it by priority and just focus on one thing, and if you have something extra, you might put it towards the other, like if you get a bonus or you sell something on Facebook Marketplace or something like that, you can add that to your other goals. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to focus on the first one here, which is the 10K. I think that will be that will be the most pivotal for me. If I can focus on this and I can get there, it would be such an achievement. And then if I have anything, or I can, if I'm not spending all my cash on groceries, with my challenges, let's see, I can put something towards these two as well. But first, let's focus on this one, and then on these. Let's see how that goes. So that's the plan. And I did go to the bank and I took my money out for the month. Let me just get my book again, because I don't want to make a mistake here. So let's see. Let me just organize them a little bit. Hope it's not too wobbly with my camera here. Trying my best, but it's not easy. The rest are all 50s. Okay, grand. Okay, then let's start with my everyday spending binder. So in this binder we have, I made a few new dashboards for it. So I changed, this was called food before, I just named it groceries, because maybe one day I will have a restaurant envelope, not yet though. So we have this one here, groceries, etc. Let me just go straight to the stuffing and not show you all of them. I might go through the new ones separately. So for groceries, I said 300. 1, 2, 3, and it is a long month, and I did overspend a little bit on Christmas food, as it's always the case. 1, 2, 3. Okay, grand. Yeah, it's hard not to spend more over Christmas. The shops are closed a few days, and you spend like crazy because you think you never get food again, and you want to have everything there, all the treats. Petrol gets 150, 50, 100, 150, okay. Petrol. Okay. Then clothing gets 10, that's new, and I do want to just have money to be able to buy a pair of new sneakers or shoes or whatever, But we'll start with 10, it's the beginning. Well-being, I'm not putting anything in. Mobile, I have already spent, that would have gotten 20 euro. So I bought that already. Pocket money, I'm leaving empty. And then we have bank, okay? And that's it. No, there's nothing else in the other ones. Bank would be if I'm spending something online, and in that case I would take it out, and not from the envelopes. I would take it out of an envelope, put it in here, and then I'll be able to take out cash, less cash, the next time. So that's my everyday spending. That's great. Now let me see. Next is my sinking funds binder. I got a new one as well. I'm going to show you this one too. But this one is the sinking funds binder. So that's for the general expenses I'm saving for, annual ones or not non-monthly ones. So we have the car. So I said the car would get 120, 50, 100, 120. Great. There's nothing in because I just paid the motor tax recently. Next we have health, and that should get 40, and we're already out of 20s. Okay, health gets 40. Okay, then we have winter, that gets 50. It's open already. Okay, 50 euro. And we have Christmas gets nothing, already spent it. We have 3 euro left in here. I'm just gonna leave that. Birthday gets 50, because I would really like to go away for a long weekend or something like that. There's no big vacations planned, but that would be lovely. Emergency fund, that's something, that's not the big one. I said that in my last video. That's more like mini emergency, as in, oh no, I ran out of money, I spent too much on groceries. There's one extra week left. So I have a little bit of money, not much. I think, what is it, 28? No, not even, 18 euro. So if I have something left, I put it in here. Laundry is for a new washing machine and dryer, but that gets nothing at the moment. Garden would be for new plants and any gardening supplies. I want to create garden paths this year, but yeah, it has to wait. I don't have anything yet. I put a symbolic €2 in there. And then gifts is new because people also have birthdays, and I tend to take that out of my grocery budget, which is of course not ideal. So gifts will have its own envelope, but yeah, there's no birthday coming up right now, but I will start. I'll look at the budget and see how much I can allocate to do some calculating for that one. So that's my sinking funds binder. And now, very exciting, I have a new binder for my life goals or my big dreams, including this emergency fund, okay, the 10K fund. So let me show you what I created. So I have, let me take it out so you can see it better. I've created a little chart here for my emergency fund. So I was thinking first I'm going to go with 3 months, you know, just to make it motivational. But actually, I think I'll stick with the 6 months. So in this case, because it's 10K I want to save up, I'm not going to keep them in a binder in cash. But what I will be doing is I will be transferring it to the bank, and then I will color these in. So it's going to be a different savings account I'm going to use, because I don't want to just have it blended in with others and then just spend it, you know. So it's going to be on a separate saving account just for that. And I have, okay, so I know the challenge is for 10K, but what I was thinking is I'm going to go with my actual 6 months expenses that I write in here. So the expenses would be 1,800 multiplied by 6. So that's 10,800 is my goal here. So I'm going to write that down. 10,800. Okay. And then I divide that by, oh yes, there is, let me see, there was 3, 6, 9 little coins in each of the, I hope you can see this, 9 little coins in each of the jars, and each jar represents 1 month. So 9 by 6 months, so 54 little coins, right? So I'm going to divide 10,800 divided by 50, oh no, that's wrong. 10,800 divided by 54, and that gives me 200. So each of these coins is worth 200. Okay. So, and that would be my emergency fund. Now, I didn't say how much I'm going to save here yet, because I have transferred the money already. So I've transferred 600. Okay, 600, but I really want to wait till the end of this month and see if there's not any problem, because I have heating costs, etc. So I'm only coloring it in if it's really staying there, if I'm not dipping into it, if I'm not taking 20 out or whatever, you know, because that would be really annoying. So let's start with this. And we'll see. So 600 is what I put in, but I will fill this in at the end of January. Then the next one I have is 1 month ahead. So I've created this little template here, and I've put in all my necessary expenses. So we have transport, so that's the petrol, the 150. I have my mortgage, that's 800, which I would put in a different savings account. Then we have groceries, 4 weeks of groceries. Then we have the phone, bills, entertainment. And I put this one here for internet because I might be getting a separate internet. At the moment, I'm using the phone data, but I might be in future having Wi-Fi. We'll see about that. So that's what I have in here, and then every time I can put some savings in here, I'm going to color it in. So I actually did put 20 in already, which is great. It's a lovely start. And the 20 euro would be for my phone, for my mobile phone, because that's 20 euros. So I'm starting small, I know, but I don't have a nice pen either to color this in now. But, it's not about the design here. It's about perfection. It's about what it represents. And it represents that I have money saved up for next month to cover my phone bill. So hopefully I can just, chip away at this. And okay, the mortgage might be a bit bigger, but I can put in the 150 for the car, or I can put the 75, because if it's 300 a month, I'm spending, divided by 4, 75 euros a week on groceries. So each one is 75 euros. So if I can start with that maybe next time. Or I do the entertainment, which is like the pocket money. I'm not really, it's more like coffee shops and books, but anything that you don't really need, that's like a little want. I'm still going to put that here, because we don't want to be depressed, even if we just want to save up for expenses. A little bit of joy needs to be there. So that's that. That's my, yay, I made a start. That is the first mini goal. And as I said, the big one here, the 600, I'm gonna color in when I've reached the end of January. I just don't want to have to change it again, because winter and oil consumption is a little bit higher this month. Let's see how it goes. So hopefully I don't have to pay for heating oil out of anything extra. 1 month ahead. Okay, then we have the cat fund. Okay, so I just love them. I hope you can see them. There's not too much shine, so I'd love to have a kitten or two. And I did make a little calculation, everything I need to, like a starter pack, starter set for a cat, the beds and the toilet and blah 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 blah, and also the cost of the cat. And because even if I'm not going to a breeder, you still have to pay at the shelter for, they have been vaccinated and dewormed, etc. So I'm going to put my first 50 euro in here. Yay! So cool. Can't wait until, so this will be 500. What is it? End of September? Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I can put in some extra before that. Then the next one, this is something I created. I think I showed this to you last time as well. Dream car. So this is remember my 2K car starter fund. That's what I'm going to use this one for. And you can see you can save up little amounts between 5 euros and 50 euros. 50 is not little, but between 5 and 50. So depending how much you have on hand, you can just color it in, and in the end you're going to reach 2,000. So I just thought I'm going to do something fun just to get started with it, even though my 10K emergency fund is the main priority. Okay, so but this is a great motivation. It's like we want to symbolically put the money where it'll help us, or just symbolically a little bit. So that's going to be a nice one. And then I have my other wishes and dreams in here. So we have dream home. So that is currently not being cash stuffed because I'm focusing on the 10K, of course. But this would be for the next level of the house. Once the renovations are done, let me take this out for a second. So you can look at furnishing, etc. So I have the dream home dashboard, and in the back I have a little tracker as well, because I did calculate for all the things I want to get to make it really homely, things that are still missing, like a few basic furniture things and other things. I would need 2,160, which is a lot of money. And each of these circles represents 120 euros. And I gave this a little name. I don't know if you can read it, the Borough Fund. And I have a little crooked house there with lots of added parts to it and little towers, because I love, love. If you like, if you watched Harry Potter or you like Harry Potter, you remember the Weasley's home, and that was called the Burrow. And it was really hodgepodge, a weird patchwork of things, but it was so homely and it had everything they needed. So that's the first level. Before we get sophisticated, we make it comfortable, okay? So, but that's for after I'm on my way with my other funds, because this is luxury, okay? This is not necessity. So luxury is coming after the home maintenance fund and all of that. So that's it. So that's the home, dream home. Oh, I made a little one here as well for the cat, a tracker, but I don't know if I'm really going to use it, because it's going to be 50 each month, so hopefully it's fine. But theoretically I could have split it. I've put it, into a round number, so I've only have 480 here, and each circle or each coin represents 40 euros. So I could do it this way too, but that's it. So let's see how it goes. Very excited about this new binder and what it represents, and I will keep you posted. So yes, these are the main goals, the main focus areas this year, and I'd love to hear too what your plans are and what you're going to do. Oh, I see there's a little bit left, and that's for stuffing another time, but we will see. I will put this aside for now, because I don't know if I don't need it. I'm very cautious with my spending, or with my, what I can realistically save, because there's always something extra, right? There's always, as I said, it could be the heating oil or other things, because the emergency repairs I had to do have a few extra bits that I have not anticipated, so I don't know how much they're going to cost. So I have 250 here, and I'm going to keep that aside just in case there's anything more I need to pay. That's why I'm a bit conservative with my savings as well. I'm not going to say for sure that I was able to save that amount, but that would be the idea. So wish me luck that that's not going to be needed, and then I can add it to my other challenges, for example the home maintenance fund, which would be brilliant. Okay, so yes, let me know in the comments what you have planned for the new year, and what your goals are for 2025, or what's keeping you awake and what you really want to change, because there's nothing more lovely and relaxing than being able to handle everything life throws you. At least finances shouldn't be a worry for you. That should be covered, and you can help yourself, really. So that's what I'm going to do this year. I will keep you updated at the end of January, and wouldn't it be lovely if this time next year we could all sit here with a glass of Prosecco or champagne even, and celebrate having reached our goals. That would be amazing. So I wish you a lovely Christmas, because I'm just filming this on Christmas Eve. A lovely New Year's, and have fun, enjoy. Hopefully you get some time to relax and recharge. I'm really looking forward to that. And I see you in the new year. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.